Hey everyone, let's have a little chat about favorite authors, like who were some of mine and why is that, and what actually is a favorite author for me. For me, a favorite author is someone that I really want to read everything of, that I haven't really been disappointed by, even though I don't have to love everything that they have written. But whenever they come out with something new, then it's something that I definitely want to have without even caring what it is about. So one of my most favorite authors, of course, is Terry Pratchett. You all know that I love the Discworld series and I've read everything already and I'm rereading it currently. And I love how the Discworld has shaped my life, how it always challenged my understanding of normal and thinking outside of the box and thinking critically. And I love how his world did that and how this world gave me a place to be and to be different and to be not just one way, but that there are many more ways to look at things and to do things and to talk about things. Another favorite author of mine is definitely Graham Swift. He just published a new book. I'm always bad with keeping track of what's new, but whenever I see that he published a new book, I just run and get it because I love his way of writing. I don't love all of his books. Some are meh. They're not really that gripping, but others are just amazing. I love the way he tells a story. He really has a way of starting at a point and then going backwards, forwards, all the directions, exploring everything. And it's always about humans and relationships and how they shape the life. And he's really exploring a life like of one person. And I really love how he does that with how everything comes together, and his writing is so amazing and it just gets better that I can fly through his books. So his books are definitely a must-buy for me. Just the same as for Jonathan Safran Foer. He also just published a new book, which I just went out and got because it was by him. I didn't know what it was about or how big or whatever, and I just read it, and admittedly it wasn't as good as I expected, but his writing definitely improves by rereading. What I love about Jonathan Safran Foer is that he really expanded my horizon on how you can write a book. Everything is Illuminated was the first book I read that was like not normal, like text, linear, and nothing else. But the way he plays with narration and the way he plays with formatting and layout, that really expanded my horizon and interest in reading and reading differently. That it's just amazing, and whatever he publishes, I just read it. I also consider Gail Carriger one of my favorite authors. She's fairly new in this circle of favorite authors, but ever since I discovered her, I just love her writing. And I also love her writing because it's so outside of what I normally like in writing. It's definitely more romance than I generally prefer. But with her, I don't mind it. I love the characters she creates and the stories she creates, and also her steampunk world is amazing, and I just can't resist reading her stuff. A few years ago I would have definitely put Mitch Albom into the category of favorite authors as well, because I love how he looks at things and always talks to you personally and gets you thinking about topics. But for some reason I haven't bought his two latest books, and I think it's mainly because of the ugly covers. So I don't know if that makes him a favorite author of mine anymore or if that has passed. The same with Neil Gaiman. I do like his writing and I like his books, but I'm not a fan of everything he writes. I like about his writing that it's just expanding the normal world a little bit, and the magical realism or the magic he puts into our everyday life is so well done that I really like to live in this world and to live in his books and read them and fly through them. But not everything he writes is great. The same with J.K. Rowling. I would not consider her one of my favorite authors at all, despite me really liking the Harry Potter series. But that's basically it. I read The Casual Vacancy and wasn't really overwhelmed by it. Looking at this, my list of favorite authors isn't very long, and it is mainly because I don't consider people who I love one book by favorite authors. Like Andrew Davidson, he only wrote one book. I love this book, but is he my favorite author? Will he keep this up? Audrey Niffenegger, disappointed with her second book that I read by her, and so I have never read anything else, but I still love The Time Traveler's Wife. So there are many authors I like one book by really, really much, but not really a lot more that they have done. So tell me about some of your favorite authors. What makes them your favorite author? And Have you read everything? Do you love everything they do, or are you still critical to that? Let's talk about favorite authors in comments. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.